In this video today, we will be learning about the quadratic formula. We'll use the formula x equals negative b plus or minus radical b squared minus 4ac all over 2a to solve for any x values in any polynomial equation. First, we will walk you through a problem so you can get the hang of using the formula itself. We are going to use y equals 2x squared minus 3x minus 5 as our example. In order to solve for a value, we must always set our equation equal to 0. Now we must identify our a, b, and c values. In this problem, 2 is our a value, negative 3 is our b value, and negative 5 is our c value. So now that we know, we can start plugging them in anywhere we see these letters in the quadratic formula. X equals negative b, which is negative 3. So negative 3, negative b, that would just be a normal 3. Plus or minus radical, b squared, negative 3 times negative 3 is 9, minus 4a, which is 2, and then times c, which is negative 5. All over 2a, which will be 4. Now that we've set it up, we can get to the solving. X equals 3 plus or minus 9 minus 4 times 2 times negative 5, which will equal 40, and it will be a positive 40, so we can change that into plus 40. Radical over 4, which is also equal to 3 plus or minus radical 49 over 4. And then we can simplify this even further to solve into 3 plus 7 over 4 and 3 minus 7 over 4 because it splits into two different answers we could do to the radical. So you can get x equals 10 over 4 or x equals negative 4 over 4, which will give you the answers 2.5 and negative 1. Now that we have our final answers, we have to make sure that they're correct. To do this, we will plug the answers that we got in as x into our original equation as the x's. If your answers are correct, then you should get a true statement such as 0 equals 0 at the end. If not, you have to go back and check your work to make sure you got the right x values. Now comes the hard part, word problems. Let's say you launch a rocket from a platform that is 58.8 meters off the ground at a velocity of 19.6 meters per second, but gravity pulls at your rocket at a rate of 4.9 meters per second. How long till your rocket hits the ground? To start, we need to write our equation in the standard form. Negative 4.9 will be our a because gravity is the constant and pulls down on our rocket. 19.6 will be our b because it is the velocity the rocket is launched at, and 58.8 will be our c because it is the starting value. So now begin by plugging in your values. Also set your equation to 0, as that is where the x values will be. X equals negative 19.6 plus or minus radical 19.6 squared minus 4 times negative 4.9 times 58.8, all over 2 times negative 4.9. And now we start solving. X equals negative 19.6 plus or minus radical 384.16 plus 1152.48 all over negative 9.8. Then we can solve on it and say x equals negative 19.6 plus or minus radical 1536.64 all over negative 9.8, which comes to a final negative 19.6 plus or minus 39.2 over negative 9.8. Now from here we can split it into two separate problems. X equals negative 19.6 plus 39.2 over negative 9.8 and negative 19.6 minus 39.2 over negative 9.8. Though, as you can see, the problem on the left is going to be a positive number divided by negative 9.8, and we're looking for the positive time value as that would be where it landed before, but that doesn't exist, and we're looking for the present. So this means we can just work on the problem to the right. So simplified, it is x equals negative 58.8 over negative 9.8, which is equal to 6. So there will be 6 seconds until it lands. Now you know how to apply the quadratic formula where necessary to solve for an x value in any standard form polynomial equation. Congratulations.